Flakenut says, we just taught my son about fire alarms. Now whenever we're in public, he'll loudly say, when the fire happens, we go outside. There was, okay, hold on. Okay, this one time, my dad and me and my mom were going on a trip. This is when I was like a teen. I still lived with my parents. And my dad was taking us on a vacation to, I think it was Park City, Utah. And we were going to go like do snow stuff there. Like I snowboard, my dad snow skis. My mom skis, but she's not really into it. So she often just stays at like in the lobby and reads a book or something. And a friend of my dad's, a guy named Chris, he's like, can I come and bring the family? My dad's like, oh yeah, sure, that would be lovely. We can hang out. So he brings the family. We get on the plane. Now it turns out we get like a condo, like we rent a condo together, like our two families. And Chris is apparently the loudest mother mucker I've ever met in my life. Had no idea. We did not know. We get on the plane because we're flying from like Georgia to Utah for this trip. And there is this old lady, and she's clearly not handling it well. Like maybe she's afraid of flights or afraid of heights, or she's claustrophobic, I don't know. But she's like doing like breathing exercises. It's pretty obvious, and a few people around her talking to her, telling her like, hey, it'll be okay, grandma, you're doing good, stuff like that. And the engines start up, and you know, the loud engines start up on the wing. And I just remember Chris was talking to, I just remember Chris was talking to my dad's friend Chris, had his wife and his two kids there. And one of his older kid was Jessica, and he's talking to her, and he's so freaking loud. You ever talk to someone and just their default volume is so loud and you're constantly like, dude, you're yelling, bring it down? I do it from time to time. We're in a plane, and Chris is like, all right, Jess, so that is the sound of the engines. If you ever don't hear that noise, that's really bad. We'll probably die. Now, if one of them goes out, we might be able to make an emergency landing. If two of them go out, it's over. Especially since we're gonna be flying over the mountains, there's no water to land in. It's just, we're done. We're absolutely done. Now, and he is, dude, this lady, the old lady doing the breathing exercises, she's turning colors I've never seen a human turn before, chat. It's bad. And I'm looking at my dad, I'm like, holy crap, Dad. Because, like, in my mind, I'm normal, and that's not normal. And my dad's just like, oh my God. So we get to the condo, dude, he's like this the whole time there. Like, if Chris was awake, we were all awake. We could not sleep while he was awake. He talked that loud all the time. And I was like, oh, this is why his wife always looks just so done with everything. She deals with him on a day-to-day basis. It was just like, he had no filter. I remember there was one time I was sitting in the condo and I was watching a show, and he comes in, he's like, oh, let's see what's on the TV. He walks up, takes the remote out of my hand, changes the channel, and plops down in the other chair. And I'm just like, and you know, he's an adult. I was like 16, so I felt like I couldn't say anything, but I was like, what the like, what is going on? Like, what is this guy? Stab him. Oh yeah, we were talking about the loud person. Just, God, freaking Chris on that airplane. Oh, also, he snored really loud. That was the first night. He finally got to sleep. We're like, finally, you shut up. We can get some sleep. And then we start hearing snoring through the wall. I was like, are you kidding me? You're loud when you're asleep. It was one thing after another with that man. We never went on a trip with him again. He was fine from a distance of 100 feet or more. Like, he was a friend of my dad's. He actually became an accountant. I think he's still my dad's accountant to this day, like 80 years later. But yeah, he's fine for like a brief visit, but no more than that.